The role that CIRCA is playing in this conference and in Cayman generally in the reinsurance space is to collaborate with all the key stakeholders, the government, the regulator, the Insurance Managers Association, the members, companies that provide services to the industry. We are the quarterback of Team Cayman for the reinsurance sector.
It was important for me to be here in Cayman because for us to have a good line of sight and understanding into a significant reinsurance market. I was surprised earlier in this conference to learn that Cayman, 90% of its reinsurance business is coming from the United States.
So Reconnect is a fantastic event. We got this event off the ground last year with about 450 people. This year it's grown to almost 700.
I think what we're hearing from participants this week is really an emphasis on really highlighting the strength of the industry in Cayman. I think it's often easy to hear about it, read it in the news, but being here on our shores, seeing the infrastructure, speaking face to face with the regulator, the government, Cayman Finance, and our other associations, I think it really starts to put a framework around the strength of the industry and to start talking about some of the myths and debunk those.
Reconnect is a great event. It's a fantastic event for us to be able to be a part of. Everybody that is in the insurance space and the reinsurance space present here, so we wanted to be a part of this community where we can share ideas, where we can collaborate and see how we can be a part of this community as well.
I was actually listening to a panel earlier where there were 4 commissioners from the NAIC in the US and also our head of insurance, Cara Ebanks, and they sort of stressed the fact that reinsurance is 2 key sort of trends in that, and that's the move to alternatives, and the second thing is cross-border reinsurance. 30,000 funds registered here in Cayman. I think Cayman is a jurisdiction that you have to be able to consider in your deliberations and your strategic preparations.
At the end of the day, I was privileged to be part of a panel which was actually called Mythbusters, and what we did was we took some of those negative comments where people don't necessarily have the facts available to them, and we dispelled those myths. The loudest voice isn't necessarily the correct voice, and what we're trying to make sure is that the correct information gets out to the people within the global industry and understand what that's coming through.
It's important for me to be at Reconnect this week because I have lived and breathed this industry for the last 20 years. I'm passionate about this space. It's very personal to me. I've seen this is the 2nd year of Reconnect. Last year was very successful. It was, I think we had over 400 people. Great to see the growth this year.
What I'm extremely impressed by is the organization of this conference. I am impressed by the caliber of sessions, of presenters, of attendees, and of course the growing global interest in the reinsurance market in Cayman.
I think this year may be a little bit unique. I think it's most important is that our regulatory session that we had today and having commissioners with FaceTime with SEMA. I mean, we've really got to influence, change the way the NAIC views us, and nothing better to do that than face-to-face.
I think people are genuinely interested in the growth in the reinsurance sector because of the strength of the regulatory framework. And over time, over the past 15 years, the confidence in the regulatory framework has been a key driver in the attractiveness of the jurisdiction from a new formation perspective.
Yeah, it was fantastic to be able to reconnect with people that I saw at the conference last year. And what's fantastic is that the numbers have increased, and the number of people that I knew from last year who said they missed it and they didn't want to miss it again, they've all turned up in person this time around.
I think what's really resonated with me is just the mix between, life and P&C. I think P&C sometimes gets forgotten about, and so it's been really refreshing to see that not only are we attracting life reinsurers, but we still have a very healthy book of P&C reinsurers.
It was wonderful to be here in the Cayman Islands. It was a fantastic conference, and I think the best thing for me was to be here and meet so many people, over 600 people in attendance, and to learn who some of the key players are and who we might be working with more in the future. That was greatest for me.